Hello, everybody. Welcome back. May look a little different, maybe not, but I actually had to relocate to a different part of the room on a different couch that looks exactly the same, mainly because the sunlight is coming in at such an angle that I couldn't see anything, which I logically concluded meant that you guys wouldn't be able to see anything. We have another TTM to open. Came back September the 11th. I taped over the address label because it was one of the old glossy ones that I used to send out. Came back from the San Diego, California area, taking the advice of a friend of the channel, Lyons Sons Sports Cards, Comics and More. Look them up. They do some cool stuff. He said, because I always would open them on camera, I asked it, would it be easier because sometimes I fumble with it and there's a little bit of dead air, and he suggested to open them beforehand, at which point I replied, yes, because probably one of these days there's going to be an outtake where the envelope or the knife didn't just go through the envelope. So, taking his advice, I have opened it. I have not looked into it yet, but it looks like my letter is in there, so it could be they answered a question, or it just came back unsigned. We're about to find out. So, you sit there. Okay, we do have a card. I'll get to the letter in a moment. Come on. There we go. I need to get a better stand. We have a signed Tom Griffin card when he was with the Padres. As you can see, it's one of the ones that used to have that had the printed autograph over it. He signed it. So that is, we use a 1977 Topps series. And actually looking, I don't even need to pause it for the details as I have the letter currently in front of me. I sent this to Mr. Griffin July the 22nd of 2017. It's an address in Poway, California. Not 100% sure where that is, but geographically speaking, I'm going to assume that it is in the San Diego area. So, on the letter, he actually did answer a question. He had a really long career, 1969 to 1982, which actually means, ironically, his final season was with the Pirates, my hometown where I grew up. But his final season was 1982, the same year I was born, so I never did get to see him play. So I looked up his career to send to him, and he spent all but 1 year in the National League. And in 1978, he spent a season playing for the California Angels. And at that time, I know the designated hitter rule was in effect for the AL, so I asked him, as a pitcher, were you a fan of the DH rule? And I'll just show it to you. He highlighted it, the little sentence. Were you a fan of the designated hitter rule? Right underneath. No, I love to hit. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, says a lot of it. But long career, 77 wins, 1,054 strikeouts. He played for the Astros from 69 to 76. By the way, yes, I have pulled this up on my phone just to make it a little easier, make me sound smart. Then in the 76 season, traded to the Padres, 76 and 77, which is where this card came from. Then the one season in the AL with the Angels in 78, came back to the NL for the Giants, 79 to 81, and finished his career in Pittsburgh in 82. But really cool. I love it when they answer questions, and that's why I feel it's always important to ask questions in a letter, because sometimes there's a mystery that people want to know, and I figure what better way to go than to the source. Actually, I did that. We're going to run a tangent for a split second to Roman Gabriel. I sent to him a while back, and he asked him why he chose to go to the NFL over the AFL. Was it? Yes, it was the NFL over the AFL because I remember he was drafted first overall for the AFL in 62 and second overall for the NFL that same year. And I always wondered when things like that happened, what was the reason? And his response, because he was gracious enough to take the time to send me a response, was that the NFL at that time in 1962 was the more established league. So always ask some questions if you're sending out. And, especially with players, it might bring back some pleasant memories, maybe some unpleasant memories, so you got to be a little careful about some things. Well, be that as it may, I'm finished with my ramble. So we have a long-awaited return from Mr. Tom Griffin, back from 2017. Thank you.